link on. You be part of the old talk. But our matters is not balanced. Full ground here where we say we go dissect one by each. And not forget, say, all our social media lines that see they grand. You fit send us messages. We go check our iPod. Like Kukubi don't tell you now, we get our old bonga guests. When it comes to things we concern matter, we concern journalism, he don't reach emeritus level. Now he sit down for the house here with us. May not be like that to the let the cat out of the bag. My name still remain Ochuko Omiragwa. Now maybe the man we say make it be like that for national peace, equity, and justice to reign based on tradition. May we begin on top as it hurts.
On to say the person who I also want to introduce them, he carry fire for what he wants to talk. Make a first take a sip of this hot tea.
Kukubi, not choke yourself.
Before I go do the introduction,
it
no matter, because I say, at least now, they ought to call me, I take the hot tea, so I go take that boldness, that hotness, to take introduce them.
Yeah, the feeling of your tongue still remains the same. Maybe burn your tongue small. Because
I don't want to know, I can accommodate the boldness. Anyway, so from the screen, when I listen, of course, I don't say our Gunga guest. They talk about none other person but the veteran himself. The emeritus when it comes to at least giving out information, and also say yes, he had full of information on any issue we concern Nigeria. We talk of none other person than Uncle JD, Uncle Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy this year. Welcome to Stay Hot.
Yeah, how you doing? Welcome, sir.
We fine. Anyway, we'll start without wasting time. We enter straight into the first matter we will carry come, and this matter, of course, get to do with INEC. And the fact say the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, don't actually petition. Say, look, make INEC, make them no be INEC rather, make the tribunal, presidential tribunal, people where they in charge, make them look into ensuring say this particular appeal that they appeal, make them televise the tribunal matter on live TV, on national TV, make everyone, every Nigerians, make them feel they a part of. Well, the matter still there for where it is, and as they don't present their own matter with the lawyers, with they also they standing for PDP, they also they give reasons why it is very important for the live streaming to go far so that Nigerians go feel full up on this issue. And as they present their own, now also the president-elect, people they represent the president-elect and the vice president, also don't come out and say, no way. What do you mean by televised live? Is this a circus? Or a film house, or a theater house, where they come to talk, say, let us showcase. What are you showcasing? Say, make we respect the rule, make we respect court, make we ensure, say, everything way they want to make them do the way they're supposed to do. Which are going to be say, make them shrunk to the entire nation. Until waiting. When they be sacked, no be say what they call entertain person here. That one are the first story anyway. And of course, we will carry the matter, give Uncle JD, make we first ask him, Uncle JD. Back to you, make we just bring up this matter. Of course, we don't see the appeal and the request from the ruling, the people who carry matter go tribunal based on this particular tribunal matter petition with you on. Say, I beg you, make tribunal look into ensuring, say, this appeal they don't offer them, make them showcase this particular matter concern the election, that the election and tribunal for live TV, make them feel look into them approval. So looking at this particular request and this demand, do you think it is fundamentally right, or do you think it is something that is officially right, or that should be considered for such viewing? Do you think they have every right to say, okay, let us view this thing, and what are the elements involved?
Okay, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, I know to say a law we talk say you must televise, or we talk say you must not televise.
Okay.
I don't say any law day. Me, I believe say it is at the discretion of the tribunal, given the sensitivity of the case, to decide whether they want to make it open or not. For me, and I want people to listen well, rather than be emotional, we all need to be rational. Now, the things that go on in a court are under the purview is between the lawyers and the judges and so on. How many of us actually understand what it is? You see, if you open it, this is my view. People are entitled to their own views. We would all love to see it, but how many of us would actually understand it? You might have a situation where a lawyer will not say, in case not good. it go begin do show. Do you understand what I'm saying? They go do show. Then we go to say, yeah. You see, because I said it, I don't know if I said it here, that cases are treated based on the information in front of the judges. Technically, if me, you, and a judge, they for, let's say we did for stadium, okay, that's a bit absurd. But if me, I say we did for car park, National Stadium, we go jog. If I bring out my gun and shoot you, and they carry the case to that same judge who was there, this is a very unlikely thing, but technically this is how it's supposed to work. He will still base his judgment, even though he saw it himself. He might recuse himself and say, I saw it. So, but if he wanted to listen to the case, it will be based on what the prosecution is presented. So, being a political case, you have you might have, and that's what the Tinubu camp are against, understandably so. Do you understand? Understandably so. People might be hailing something that is going on, not know that it has no standing. Fact, they would have tweeted it, they would have, if for their social media. The flip side, of course, is it will be nice for people to see what is going on. Let it be out there in the open. So, it is at the discretion of the judges themselves who will make. I do not think that it is a point of law. And therefore, a lot of time itself is being wasted in determining whether it's going to be open or closed. Because ideally, if to say I heard correct, we're supposed to get law. We go talk say, all these tribunal things go end before you swear in a president. You got what I'm saying? Before, so if it means that having an election a year before swearing in, you would have cleared all legal issues. Supposing you swear in Tinubu and 6 months down the line, you need to now swear in Obi. You go and call all those dignitaries again. You go and do math again. Won't it look like there's something wrong with us? How they put this electoral thing? Put this electoral thing together, excuse me. Without thinking of that, I honestly don't know. We do it with the governors, but we don't know the damage we are doing. Because one day, somebody is going to challenge what a governor would have done when he was there for 6 months before tribunal come out. Because you are either a governor or not, you are either a president or not. If the law says you are not a president, it means that all the laws and things that you have signed have become null and void.
Null and void. Yeah.
We just we don't, sometimes we know they think deep. The politicians will put all these things together, they were thinking of themselves that, okay, even if I'm going to lose the election, let me at least get there and recoup the money that I spent.
But you know, see, I'm saying, yes, we know say it did the discretion of the judge, but going by the sensitivity of this election, which just happened in February 25th, and the way Nigerians they take this election so serious, even Nigerians in diaspora, you know, if you say just to dance down that Nigerians, their mindset of, oh, wow, everything about Nigeria, and just so take a slang, or even come outside, we could be like saying at the norm, oh, take it to the court, take it to the court. You could be like say the judiciary itself, they don't know say they compromise. You know, if you say, if they judge them in the open, they televise them, you go bring a level of transparency and a level of respect back to the judiciary.
You can also bring a level of confusion. I mean, I would love that everybody could see it, just like you said. But mischief can come from a lot of things. Do you understand? Mischief, I'm being real now, you know. Mischief can come from a lot of things. Because you can have a lawyer who is grandstanding. What he's saying does not hold water legally. But he'll be grandstanding. You know, so it's left to the judges to put it in a balance, and I'm surprised that we are taking this long to look into it when the real substantive matter has not been looked into. Keep adjourning and adjourning. Time is of essence.
Yes.
Time is of essence. If I were, for example, if to say I did for the camp of the other people, where somebody don't start work as president,
Yes.
my common sense go to tell me that as the man consolidates himself, it'll be more difficult to remove. I don't need to explain that further. You know, get that.
Need to explain that.
Okay.
So, in conclusion,
yes.
sorry. In conclusion, that is one side of the equation. The other, of course, is even I would want to see, that's the other side. It is now left for the judges. Which they, from the moment they are appointed, that was the first thing they should have cleared, instead of making it a legal issue. Because there will be one or two things that maybe you and I don't know about that.
All right. You don't really touch some kind aspect, and you don't weaken the mind of Nigerians there to the angle they not be the look before. But may not be like say we to push this one further because plenty matters they see the way we say we go talk. We get one matter we concern police. They say they don't come arrest 2 for the attack on US convoy for inside Anambra. We go tell you now the flesh where they inside this story. Once we come back from this small cheekily break where we won't go. So not just think and say they go anywhere because when we come back, we'll chook mouth for inside this matter. So not go anywhere and still on top as it is.
Center will talk about that. You have to say the government something will not hear. They will seal up their ear. When they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. Center will talk about that. You have to say the government something will not hear. They will seal up their ear. When they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep.
Based on the basis, we don't show back again on top as it is. Una remember what I talk. What can. What cannot can. Yes, we don't come that is to say, the matter will be telling now before we jump into that small chickily break. Say, when we come back, we want to talk about what matter where they raise dust right about now. And what to be this thing? Now, police, they say they don't come as I call arrest 2 for the attack on US convoy for inside Anambra State. Remember, I say, some few days back, now a team of officials from the Lagos Consulate of the United States of America and their police escort, they ambushed them on May 16, 2023, between 12 p.m. along Atani Osamela Road for inside Agburu local government area of Anambra State by suspected ESN, and they say they used started a brand IPOP, so they be part of the matter wey happen. From informatoire when it be said with the girl from the Anambra State Police Command, they don't come as I can shake their head like lizard, we fall from war, come down, come shake it, say yes, they say yes. They don't arrest 2 suspects where they linked to the attack on officials of the consulate of the United States of America and their police escort for inside the state. And this very matter, they don't use better they pinpoint, say ESN and they inside, and IPOP and they inside. How true this one be, we don't know. But which kind of image they tell about Nigeria? Make I leave this one, give Uncle JD. You know, say, guess what kind of word you want to go bring your voice down, you go humble. Because now, may I be Nigerian. Can know the way go make the look us. Although, not be American citizens and Nigerian citizens, not the key. But
Oh, okay, the 2
yes, the
officials
persons
were Nigerian.
Yes, they were Nigerian. No American citizen.
Well, as far as image goes, our image no cuckoo good for that area before. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Everybody knows all over the world, they know that we get problem with security issues, not only in preventing them, but in solving them. We get 2 issues, prevention and solving criminal cases. Okay? So, one thing about Americans is this. If you're an American, or maybe even if you work for them, one confidence you get is say, as they kill those 2 people, they will hunt them down. They will give the Nigerian police all the backing at the back end to discover the people who committed that crime. What is going on in the East is worrisome. And if I remember, I think last week we spoke about marginalization of the East,
Yes.
which which
That revolves around Senate.
that revolves around all these things.
The House of Reps.
This is part, not the whole, but it's part of what forms the restlessness the East. I said not the whole, but it's part of it. And you do not solve these problems by just pointing guns at everybody and shooting them. You must sit down and find a solution, like they tried to do in the North. You understand? You must sit down and find a solution. You must make up your mind what you want to do with Nnamdi Kanu. Or else issues like this will keep repeating themselves. Now, part of the problem is this. Every movement always ends up in splinter groups.
Yes. Yes.
Every movement always, in 1979-80, when the Paris Confraternity sacked some people, they went to form Buccaneers. Today, you can't count the number of, you see, and that is what is happening in the East. You now have various groups. I will not join anybody in saying that that death was by IPOB or by who, unless I have proof.
Now that part I even want to talk, because before
Yes.
now, we know the way unknown government, we know the year
Yes.
between they come out. Even if police, first of all, try to defend themselves, say, if to say the US consulate, tell them, say their officials, they come into the state, therefore provide maximum security for them, say, but they don't tell them. That's why this kind of thing happen. Now, we know the way unknown government, they don't operate.
How
We
does
never
that-
see anybody.
how does that
But
sound
how
to
come
you?
this very one, suddenly, they don't say ESN, they don't say IPOB.
Make I first take you on the first thing you say. If to say, then tell them.
Now, so the police commissioner talk.
Now, how does
Say they
that...
not notify them before they enter the
So-
state. Say this
so-
guy high-profile personality.
So what you are saying is that if to say they tell them high profile, therefore provide. So
Therefore provide maximum security for
ordinary
them.
persons can then be bound to the Philistines. What kind of story is that? It's disgraceful to hear that kind of thing. Even if that is what it is, a commissioner of police should not be saying that we would have provided extra cover. You are supposed to provide cover for the
For
state to be
everybody.
safe.
Yes.
You understand? That you are supposed to provide cover for the state to be safe. And this hanging it on this organization or that organization, I would like to see proof.
Okay, Okujedi, may I come out from this angle? Okay, we totally understand the fact. See, a lot of the agitation where they rise from where they emerge from the southeast, it's centered towards one particular thing as claimed. What to be named Nnamdi Kanu, of course. Now, in waiting, a lot of these people they normally send us release and all that, marginalization and all that. But on the second thought, a couple of people don't also come and talk. Say, it don't even go beyond that. Say, even some kind top officials even get hand in sponsoring some kind group. So they cause this distort, so they cause this confusion, so that they go fit they can sit down for some kind of position, they control how the country or how that particular state will they operate. How then do we also say, okay, do we also factor this and also fit probably investigate and find out the real people where they cause this thing, rather than looking at it from a distance to say, now only these people now that
Who will investigate?
The police can, the government can.
Who be the Oga of police, no be government? Who the government, no be politicians? What are you saying? Our problem is deeper than what you have just said. Is there any political movement where no get one gang or the other? You saw what happened now. You make a break speaker, make I just keep my mouth shut. Why are we being hypocrites about this? The moment you put people together, give them cutlass, give them guns, this thing, for political reasons, what do they do in the other times when there is no politics? These things are caused primarily by politicians. There is always, you can always hook a reason as to why you are doing what. But these things really are commercial enterprises. Do you want to know how much some of them get from both within and outside the country? The people who put them to use, do you want to imagine how much they pay them? Well, it has become an enterprise. It has become an enterprise. And as we move on, unless we have a complete overhaul of the political system, it's going to get worse. The consequences of the people that were used for this election We will soon begin to feel it in 6 months' time. You see, those who think that they have used these people to... Did you not hear what one popular... I don't want to talk in name. Where he talk when they hold him. He said, we are the ones in power. Did you not... You know who I'm talking about? He said, police hold you. You say, we are the ones in power. Because you are put to use during the election. What does that tell you? In Lagos today, you better not have any altercation with a downfall driver. You can't win. You can't win. We all saw what happened. For all these things that we are doing, there are future consequences that a lot of these politicians don't think of. Coupled with the restlessness in the country, due mainly to youth unemployment. When I did age 17, 18, you cannot use me as a talk. Do you understand? Yeah. I was ready to go to university because of scholarship. I knew that I didn't, the issue of whether my papa poor or no day. I could do that. I could go to trade center. I could do all kinds of things. These days, what do you have? Even the ones who go university come out. When we did university, a lot of us don't get jobs before we even go do youth corps. Yes, John Holt will come to the campus. I say OAU, UAC. All these people go come. All companies go down employ us before we come out. But what do you have now? And do you know the sad thing? The sad thing is that the very people who enjoy these largesse, the people in my generation, who in those days government made life easy for them, are the ones who are making life difficult for our people. But then go carry their own pikin. Come out. But that's another story for another day.
Anyway, since you don't talk another story for another day, make we enter into the next story, will be fresh one. And of course, this one, make we talk about the crisis that happened for inside the Labour Party. On Wednesday, we just passed 2 days ago, I will not say yes, the same tribunal matter, the court ruling with the inside the election, actually witnessed some kind of drama. And the drama we witnessed, the factional chairman of the Labour Party, we named Lamidi Apapa, he showed face for that particular court, And as he showed face, some kind of confusion could enter the level. And part of this confusion can be say, people call the talk say they no one see in face, so say call the boy and say you be they use a particular term, ole for English language, they say thief. The court say we not recognize you as our chairman. Nobody recognize you and all that. Make we not also forget say the High Court also give them say they approve them and then recognize them as the chairman. And for that reason, of course, now you come to make the show face say now him be the chairman of the party. But as it be right now, following this commotion and following the kind of dramas we don't they play out, and following the past, say the other factional chairman as well, we named Julius Abure, when the two of them even show face for the court, nobody even recognize them as chairman. Unto say they get different court cases and all that. But the update based on this also don't talk say a court don't also come and talk say Julius Abure now him be the chairman of the party, that is the Labour Party. These are fresh informate. Say now Julius Abure be the chairman of Labour Party. And we get one particular footage we want show now concerning what happened for inside court between some supporters of Labour Party and Oga Lamidi Apapa. Make we show na me na take na eyes here.
Are you okay? Okay, sorry. You have to be simple. The way you approach it. Who are you here to represent? I know him. No, nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Who are you too? Nobody knows you, sir. So why are you telling me? Why you saying? Don't intervene. Hey, don't try. Don't ever try and touch me. If you dare try and touch me.
My response to it, not just say now, may I just start like that. Uncle JD, of course, you don't see what happen from that footage. And the fact, say, the kind of crisis and commotion where they happen for inside the Labour Party over who be chairman and who no be chairman. Say, looking at this whole thing and looking at the fact, say, at this stage in our country, and at this stage where we say, election will just pass, still there for the minds of people until say they won't see the whole result of how the tribunal and the matter go take go. Looking at this particular whole drama of people claiming they are the chairman of the party, she notice say now like distraction or it go distort the whole process or perhaps affect the whole process of the tribunal on the side of Labour Party. What do you think about them?
Well, first of all, I don't know whether I'm allergic, whether I'm Mr. But Lamidi Apapa has brought our country to complete ridicule by what he did. He has his right to go to court to claim chairmanship of the party. And in truth, he got the ruling of the court. But if he, as he said, he had been a member of the party for 20 years,
21 years, yes.
he should have known that that was not the place to go and exercise that right. Because the issue of what is going on in that tribunal is not a party matter. It's not even a Nigerian matter. It's an international matter. And therefore, he should have made that his priority. He could have gone back to the headquarters to go and occupy the secretariat. But I would have expected him, because he said that he still is a member of the Labour Party, he's the chairman. Shouldn't you be interested in the success of your party at the tribunal? What you did just now, what he did there, two of them appearing in front of the judge, whether you like it or not, is going to affect the Labour Party's case. It has its implications. It has its implications. It is therefore, it is difficult to convince me. It is difficult to convince me that that man is not a saboteur to the Labour Party's whatever. Then, secondly, everybody who is an adult knows how sacred our courts are. That is not a labor union meeting. In the court. In the court. Okay, even if you then got to the court and you discover that, okay, somebody is sitting on my seat, you call the attention of the registrar. You don't go heckling and challenging people in the court. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a dent on his character. You don't do that in a sacred place like that in the eyes of everybody. As far as I'm concerned, my deep feeling, I could be right, I could be wrong. My deep feeling is that he has been motivated to spoil that man's case. And he needs to be careful. Because you see, Nkubi and Ochuko, whether you like it or not, the issue going on in that case is beyond the two parties. Oh, it's beyond the two parties.
The two factional.
The two factional parties. In fact, his own, how many people of Obi's supporters, what percentage are members of the Labour Party? Gong. Do you understand what I'm saying? What percentage? Yes, for the APC, you can say. But in his own case, how many? There are loads of people that don't even know the Labour Party.
Exactly.
They just know that.
The individual.
That's the individual.
But JD, you can talk some kind of things too. Say, don't they the party for 21 years now?
Yes.
And more so, is the talk say, normally for the constitution of the party, when the chairman give way, who they next supposed to follow up? And him be the assistant to the chairman. So by right, men they ruled by ego. Maybe, you know, if you say suddenly, they say they want push and go corner, so you want to fight dirty rather than going by the right way. So can you see that ego they want to
No. See, if you have been in a party for 20 years, it means you're a committed member. I did not say he has no right to exercise his rights, which he has done. by going to court. But what I'm saying is that he should not have allowed this event to happen. He can attempt to go and take over the secretariat. Left to me, the responsible thing to do, left to me, is to wait until all this, whatever. Because you two, you say that you're a devoted member of the party.
The interest of the party.
Part of the truth is this. Apart from sabotage, there are some members of the party that are angry that Peter Obi came to pick up the presidential whatever it is. That they that had been in the party. But that is the way politics is. Who did you present? If it wasn't for Peter Obi, who would even know your party? He works pari passu. And I say that if he had the point, which he went to the court to exercise, court said yes, it is not in that place, under this circumstance, as a supposed loyal member of the party for 20 years, and as a full-grown adult in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a full-grown adult, that man is not under 18. He should know the implications of what he's doing, that it is no longer his own interest. The interests that are in what is going on there is 1,000 times larger than his own. There are people who are not members of the party, their interest is there.
Uncle JJ, I won't come into that kind of question, but more like a twisted this thing. I don't know whether you're in the right position to answer this thing. Okay, looking at this particular internal issue that happened for Labour Party, and looking at the fact, say, okay, why the tribunal is going on, and the fact, say, their lawyers, according to what they claim, the lawyers of P2B get very strong facts on evidences on how to prove, say, yes, say, this particular election, say, now their own candidate, now he win them. Say, if this whole drama fit perhaps distort the whole process in this angle. Let me bring it in this angle. For instance, if the party now decides to split, or perhaps something can happen, they can say they will dissolve the party, will it in any way affect what is happening in the court?
No, because the court has already ruled now who is the chairman.
Okay, yes.
So that takes care of, at least for now.
For now, that's why I say, because this is that,
the court has, the court ruled, was it not yesterday also? It's a new development. Yeah. They went to get a stay at appeal court, and appeal court has ruled that Julius. So it's the substantive chairman. And by the time this man gather himself, when they go contact whether I want to be chairman or not, the case would have been settled one way or the other. But he didn't do well. He didn't do well. We don't need this kind of distraction. We expect people to be statesmen. We expect people to be statesmen and well-behaved. I mean, some people were criticizing me that I not talk as a removing cap. Heckling is part of politics. He brought it upon himself. Yes, heckling is part of politics. You can't take, and I don't see that where he was beaten. I didn't see it.
No, they're not really beat him.
They didn't beat him. They heckled him and booed him. They did it outside the premises. It's part of politics.
And the cap self they could take his swear for the person.
Which again was unfortunate. Where I come from, you don't do things like that. Because in the middle of politics, in which you yourself,
you understand,
now you cause all the things will happen, you're not swearing for somebody you should forgive. What do you expect him to say? What we expect him to say is that I've forgiven the person who took, that's somebody's son. That I forgive the person who took my cap in the spirit. Instead, you went ahead to publicly swear for him that he will soon die.
Anyway, and make we just quickly play this footage again. And as they play, I'm go from there, enter break. Once we come back from the break, we go enter the final lap of the program. Or you go give us the final MG so we get, and then we go pick them up from there. Will they come?
Are you okay? Okay, sorry. You have to be simple. The way you approach it. Who are you here to represent? I know him. No, nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Who are you too? Nobody knows you, sir. So why are you telling me? Why you saying? Why you don't intervene? Hey, don't try. Don't ever try and touch me. If you dare try and touch me.
next time we talk about that, just like say the government some people down here, they will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep. Talk about that, just like say the government some people down here, they will seal up their ear. Once they seal up their ear, they will go back to sleep.
Welcome back again. In case it's the doubt time, not just think I'm at all, now stay on top as the odds. Now there you still there. My papa say, kola nut whenever ripe where, now leave it till they cover itself. So you get the kind of level you did, not just show yourself, cover yourself. The reason I talk this word, now link me enter the Tory one job for gram. Court don't grant police request to remand Seun Kuti for additional 4 days. All right. A Lagos Chief Magistrate Court, when they sit down for Sabo Yaba on Thursday yesterday, they don't order to remand, the remand of Afrobeat singer Seun Kuti, the son to the great legend Fela and Nicola Kuti, for additional 4 days for inside police custody over alleged assault on a police officer on the 3rd Mainland Bridge. The chief magistrate, his name na Adiola Olatubosun, now order say make the still hold am under a motion ex parte brought by the police seeking for an order of the court to remand the defendant in police custody for 4 days at the State Criminal Investigation Department, SCID Yaba, Lagos, to enable the police to carry out further investigation. When you hear this kind of word, you go say, but police first come outside say, the court first does now 48 hours they give police alone to fit a whole arm to investigate, then make the grant and bail. A bail of some kind of 1 million naira and also a surety. But suddenly, police still go push again. And they don't grant police the order to hold Seun Kuti for another 4 days. The matter that they go decide where we not think say go. I believe say now you don't understand why I talk say my papa say kola not whenever ripe when I leave till they cover itself. Make I turn my head go meet Uncle JD. The matter that they take another turn again. Police don't owe Seun again for another 4 days. I will see him now. Police they follow the rule of law, or in fact, I don't want to direct the way you go answer the question, not the way you go take totally look into the whole thing generally.
Okay. Your papa still there?
No, my papa. May so rest in peace. But on the word we tell me now, they remember.
But you still get elders for village?
Yeah, I get elders plenty now.
Make you, every time we then they pray for village. Because sometimes this in a past church and mosque matter, it needs make person go home.
Our ancestors need to talk.
Make you beg your ancestors, say, may God never let you enter police matter. Because from a simple logical thinking and sequence, what happen? Police man and Seun get yawa on top bridge. We don't know for sure. There are many stories, but we don't know, but then get yawa. In between that, Seun grab police, he slap him. Somebody filmed it. Okay? So that is the crux of the matter. So police, within their right, they arrested him. Police now talk say they need 28 days to investigate a citizen slapping police. 28 days to investigate. Not be armed robbery, not be kidnapping, not be anything. 28 days. Now, they carry and go magistrate's court. All kinds of drama happen. Magistrate give them 4 days. And I am sure if the magistrate were to go through a logical sequence, if it not for those say, this case, he slapped this man. What else do you want to do? But police did not stop there. Police now moved to his house. All he did was slap police. So they now moved to his house. They are now claiming that when they got to his house, he gets some things we then find. I'm sure they carry and go lab or whatever. I hope the exhibit is intact. You see? So, the issue is this. This is my reading. They don't they wait for him. They don't they wait for him. This guy is very active. He talks somewhere saying they slap them anyhow. He's very vocal. So it be like say they don't, it be like say they don't they wait for him. Say the day where you go enter our hand, we will take a pound of flesh. That is one. Two, remember that the police is controlled by a body called government. And government is amorphous. You cannot point to somebody and say, this is government, even if you point to president. So in between those people of interest, they themselves go, don't put mouth for the matter. From my thinking, police have the right to investigate anybody and go further. They can always give you, for example, I don't know whether that's true, say, they talk, say, oh, the person where they slap, which you slap, we follow and go and come back everywhere. They say he's there for coma. He's there for coma for we are undisclosed hospital. So the bottom line is this, and these things happen everywhere. When you are in a certain position, you have to be very careful. Very, very careful. What Seun did, is it right or wrong? It is not wrong. It is absolutely wrong. Do you understand? It is not just wrong. It is absolutely. There is no provision under any circumstance that will allow you slap a policeman. You can, if you have an interaction with him and he's beating you up, you can defend yourself. Nobody will fault you on that, as long as you can prove it in court that I was doing it to defend myself. I cannot let him kill me.
But the way police they go about them now, it not gonna be like say you won't break the law to take uphold the law.
They have not broken the law. The law, you see, the bitter truth,
Seun lawyer, they was parading him initially like that.
I will tell you,
court never,
Ochuko, let me tell you.
never convict her.
Me, for example, everybody knows my affiliation with the Kuti family and especially with Fela. After God, I don't think any human being there, apart from my parents, Fela and Wole Soyinka will be next. Okay, my father even lived with them. So I am fully involved emotionally that Fela's son is going through this. But the truth must be told. And it is only when we know the truth that we will know how to tread. The police can hack you down on suspicion of anything. The police can come tomorrow and say, by the time he was arrested, they smell him mouth. So and so did there. So they did. You need to be careful. And sorry, it is not peculiar to the Nigerian police. So don't let anybody think that it's only in Nigeria. No. Police, we don't, even you go see them for film, some police, they carry gun, go crime scene. When this happen, they quickly put the gun down and say, yes. That's why in other countries now, they carry body cams and so on and so forth. So, my people, you need to know the world that you live in. Police, they drop exhibit for person.
Head.
It happened here. They drop Indian hemp. It's had somebody put before. Jerugwe, now what do they call Indian hemp for Kalakuta? I mean, so, my plea to everybody, and especially his lawyers, is not to complicate Seun's case. I said, when this thing happened, of course I am biased towards Seun. I advised him, if you want to use this as a start of full activism, it's your prerogative. But if you are caught unawares, you now know what it's like. Fela, his father, regretted going to prison. He told me. He told me, and I think I have it in my book, because I interviewed him, he told me. Secondly, Fela thought that he was so much of a hero that if he goes to prison, everywhere goes scattered.
Country will shut
He
down.
said he was surprised that when he put up his two arms, when he came out of the courtroom, now so everybody they look at, including the people where they in house. Some people will even do small ones, say when they greet and so they take right hand, cover them, left hand, cover them.
Uncle Jude, I want to quickly chip in one question before, because we don't get time again. We'll get about 2 minutes. The court initially gave a ruling, say, okay, release this man within 48 hours.
Yes.
So, and constantly make it bring shorties where he bring.
Yes.
How come the same magistrate court will give that ruling,
grant
also can grant another fresh ruling
It
to
is
police?
the magistrate's prerogative.
Are they not contradicting their own judgment?
No. Don't get it wrong. They approach the magistrate again that they need an extra 4 days.
And the extra.
When you have given the order, they can quickly apply to the magistrate that order of 2 days, we need another 4 days. And they will explain to the magistrate why.
And the magistrate will grant.
It's the discretion of the magistrate. So there is, for me, I'm not a lawyer.
Yes.
But I think so far it is clear. For me, the one way concern me and my people, where they look TV, they say, be mindful of how you tread.
Sorry, I'm not saying we not just get it. All I still they think, say, okay, police already know the rules of engagement, and there's a laid down law will criminalize the act which they will do. So why police not be patient, follow the rule of law? Why they want try to bring in their own force? What do they want achieve at the end of the day to make a deterrent out of it, to still enforce that fear, that mindset of fear when the citizens get towards them. Say if you feel because if the police follow the law, they go let the law take its course quietly. Why them they?
Ochuko, how many times did I call you?
3 times.
It doesn't work like that. In any whatever, there will be what they call the hardliners and the softliners. The hardliners will be going for broke. And unfortunately, the law gives them the latitude to do so. Until you now finally get in front of a judge and you sort it. The law gives them a right to detain. They asked for extension. They got it from the magistrate. So they have not broken any law.
Sure of force.
Sure of force. The truth is, anywhere in the world, it is a known fact, anywhere in the world, you do not get into any form of altercation with security forces. They have what it takes to dabaroo everything on top of your head.
Uncle JD, where you don't talk about it, we could just pull on there.
Okay.
Because each say we still get more time. No, see this matter. Now, matter we say we feed the talk in the next 1 hour, 2 hours, we will see the talk and they go. But as it be right now, here we go draw the curtains. Okay, make we put full stop for the whole discussion we don't discuss today on top of as they hot. And of course, now like this, they normally run the program. I will go come back once again on Monday with another beautiful edition of your Bunga program as they hot. First and first, I want to thank Uncle JD, Uncle Jimmy Disu for always honoring this Friday edition. Thank you very much, Uncle JD.
Thank you, sir.
So till we go come back again on Monday. My humble self, Nkubi, I'm out.
Ochuko Omiragwa, now my name. My papa say better to fall in love.
This is your papa must be thanked. Oh, you know, that's sorry. I don't want more.
Uncle Jadi make I not talk again.
I don't want more.
Next week, Bob. Next week, I not talk again.
To step out. Presenting the Good Night Power Shots. Spray 2 shots in each corner of the room. It kills mosquitoes inside without driving family outside. Good Night Power Shots. Spray inside. Stay inside.
Are you ready to strike it lucky? Betway is your gateway to an entire theme park of gaming excitement. From exciting slots to table games, enjoy adrenaline-filled action across all casino games. The spins never stop with 24/7 live casino action. Sign up today at betway.com.ng. Terms and conditions apply. No under 18. Bet responsibly.
Can you do this?
No wahala.
How about this?
A superhero?
One and only
You go beat pikin. Tell am say make he no cry.
Mama Ejiro, na the matter we wan judge today.
Yes, so inside life things dey happen every day for we society.
Now why we dey introduce our Friday special Inside Life?
E mean say you, yes you, fit to share every matter as it take concern you, your friend, your sister, and even your neighbor self.
And we dey start am for the 3rd Friday inside this May wey we dey so 20.
I know you love me so much, so I'm not bothered.
I don't love you. She's sleeping in my room.
Bedroom wa lálejò fẹ́ sùn.
Mi ò kí ń ṣàlejò. Point of correction. Ìyàwó ìta ni mo jẹ́.
But respect me. Respect the fact that I'm carrying your baby and we are married.
We are married or you are married.